almost the end of June. So almost the end of our time together with Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson. Anyway, here is his offering for today, the 29th of June. And like most things in Science of Mind magazine, I like it. You know, it's pretty good. Science of Mind magazine it's the first New Thought magazine I ever picked up. And it's been in existence almost 100 years. And I've got to admit, I've had a lot of enjoyments out of it. I've had a lot of learning out of it. And I've had some times when I've not agreed with the writers, but that's true of any magazine. But to be in existence almost 100 years, you have to be doing something right. I think its main message, which is to uplift us, is one that the world needs. And today's message from Reverend Raymont is also one that uplifts us. The title might be off-putting, How Wicked Are You? But you can probably guess that it's not talking about being evil, right? Oh, it isn't. It's actually, well, I'll let you find out. I don't want to spoil it. First quote is from someone everybody's heard of, Michelle Obama, in Becoming. I'm sure you've heard of the book as well. If you don't get out there and define yourself, you'll be quickly and inaccurately defined by others. Ernest Holmes is more of a spiritual, all-embracing thing, and it's from This Thing Called You on page 72, paragraph 2. And he says, you exist that divine feeling, fire, imagination, and creativity may be expressed through you. The Spirit comes to you with a new and fresh creativity. You need not ask what others have done or how they've done it. Be yourself and express life as you find it. Never imitate. Trust the self, Find the self in God and God in the self. In other words, you are an expression of one divine source. You were created by something that's way beyond our comprehension and that's in and through everything, which means it's in and through you, and therefore you're expressing it. Ernest Holmes in This Thing Called You, page 72, paragraph 2. Now comes the reason for the title. Did you see the movie Wicked? And I specifically mean the movie, not the Broadway production. There were some key differences that happened in the movie as a result of Cynthia Erivo, a black queer woman, playing the role of Elphaba. In the Billboard interview, she said this, I hope it's a bit of a love letter to everyone who feels different. Everyone who feels out of place. And to all the black women who've walked into rooms and felt like they haven't been welcome. And she goes on to say, to anyone who's walked into a room and felt like they haven't been welcomed, I'm really glad to be a conduit through which this character has been brought to the world. I ask the question, what does this have to do with you? When have you felt othered? When have you struggled to find a place to belong? When have you looked down on and when have you been looked down on and been judged? Wicked, when we get right down to it, is about claiming your power and refusing to live by someone else's narrative. Are you familiar with how, as our country's First Lady, Michelle Obama was the target of all kinds of vile commentaries? Her response? She, in her own words, like Elphaba, declared that nobody was ever going to bring her down. He says, as our time together this month nears its end, I invite you to do the same now. Be wicked. And then he uses it's an acronym. He says, wonderful, inspirational, creative, kind, evolutionary, and divine. That's worth repeating, right? Wonderful, inspirational, creative, kind, evolutionary, divine. After all, that's the only thing that can heal the world. As I've said before, one of our main objectives in Centers for Spiritual Living, in this specific instance, Creative Life Spiritual Center, of which I'm a minister, And the whole New Thought movement is to help this world be a better place, to help people fit in, to help people feel wanted, and to make sure that they have enough food, enough security. So, and we all do this in our individual ways. You know, people may think monks and nuns in monasteries praying are not helping the world. They are. They're impacting the race consciousness. We all do it in our own ways. Some people get out there and take physical action, positive action, I mean. Other people do it by praying. Other people do it by reading stuff like this and writing things like this. We all do it in our own particular way. And we should not feel obligated in any way, shape, or form to do it in a different way than what we feel that we're capable of doing. So, in other words, take action, yes, but that action may be going into prayer and putting out good stuff into the universe, into the group human subconscious mind and the divine mind. So, that's my 10 cents worth. And this I know, and this is my prayer, that everyone on this planet will eventually come to realize that the foundation for all things is love. That love is the true energy that is beneath and within and through and as everything. And I let this prayer go, calling it done. So it is. Tomorrow I am going to do a treatment from the book that Reverend Dr. Jesse Jennings, my senior minister, has been. I don't know if you can actually see this on there. Kind of, not really. No. Why can't you see it when you can see my face? There you go. There it goes. It's The Science of Successful Living by Raymond Charles Barker. So I'm going to do a treatment from there tomorrow to finish off the month. The affirmation: I am aware that one creative power expresses in, through, and as me in a unique way. Absolutely. I am aware that one creative power expresses in, through, and as me in a unique way. I embrace this realization with a full-bodied yes. I embrace this realization with a full-bodied yes. You are unique. You are needed. You may do things in a tremendously great way, or you may do things in a small way, but everything in between. And it all matters. It truly all matters. So until next time, Reverend Lisa, my colleague, will be on Creative Life Spiritual Center's Facebook page, later on her YouTube channel. Tomorrow morning at 9:15. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully around about 5 o'clock. So until next time, namaste.